Let's go!
Hey guys, it's Retrohead here, and welcome back to another video. Today is a video that I've wanted to make for absolutely ages, and that is more of a point of discussion, and that is whether I personally think is CEX a good thing for retro game collectors in the UK. Now obviously CEX is a shop that sells a lot of retro games and modern games, but they're obviously not just a retro gaming shop, they also sell phones, tablets, technology, music stuff, DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that, so they're not just a gaming shop. But in this video I want to discuss whether I personally think they're a good thing for game collectors in the UK. But as always, if you have any opinions about CEX, definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and please subscribe to our channel Retrohead, but without further ado, let's get talking about CEX. So the first thing I'd like to talk about, and I'd like to talk about a few different subjects in this video. So the first one is the stores. So what I think the stores are like, and obviously I can't talk from all of the CEX stores because I haven't been to anywhere near all of the CEXs obviously. So I'd like to just talk about the few CEXs that I've been to and the sort of general vibe, if you like, that I get from the stores. So my first one is, compared to other shops, shops in general, but compared to other gaming shops I'm talking, CEXs do seem to be a little bit sort of messy and sort of untidy, if you know what I mean, and sometimes smell a bit strange. We won't get into that in this video, but for the most part they're not too bad. But there is a few CEXs that do come to mind when I think about shops being just a bit sort of dirty. I'm sure there's a few coming to your mind as well, but that is one of the worst things about CEX stores. But what I do like about CEX is the CEX price stickers are really clearly on the front of the games, and you never find a game in CEX that hasn't been priced, because I hate going to gaming shops and it's oh, we haven't priced those yet. Or even worse, some shops that I've been to and they say, oh, we don't price any of our stock, we look them up when you take them off the shelf, which is just so annoying. But obviously, mainly on the subject of retro games, the glass cabinets normally have retro games in them. Every now and again a CEX store doesn't display their retro games, which is a little bit annoying, but I can see why. But for the most part, the glass cabinets are really, really nice and clean, easily visible for what they've got. And also, if you're not sure, 99.9% of people have smartphones with the internet, so you could just check the stock on your phone, or if you want, ask to see what retro they have. I just normally check it on my phone, to be fair. But obviously, when it comes to the individual stores, one of the main things is the staff. So I find the staff at CEX, for the most part, very, very nice, very, very helpful. I know a lot of other people on YouTube have different opinions to that. Obviously, I've gone into CEX loads of times. There's been people that have been impolite or rude or whatever, but you're always going to get that with any shop. But what I find with CEX, normally the staff are very, very nice. With trading in, one thing that is quite annoying is, and I can see why they do this, you could take a disc that's got some light scratching, and someone looks at the disc and go, oh, we won't take that. But you can tell they probably should. And if you took it to another store, you know they'd take it. So that's a bit annoying. But when it's a business that's ran by humans and not robots, you're going to get that, because everyone has a difference of opinions. But for my opinion, for the most part, the stores are pretty good. I guess something that is a little bit of a shame for me about the CEXs, and it's nothing to do with them, it's more me. I've been to a lot of CEXs all around the country, and especially before I started the channel, I used to go to a lot more further away. But every CEX pretty much looks the same. Red and grey and black, which is fine. A lot of shops that are a chain all look the same. Like a lot of shops that are a chain look the same. A lot of Tesco's or shops like that, they look very similar, white, red and blue. But to me, CEXs are so similar. Every now and again you can go to one and it's completely different. But for someone that goes CEX quite a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you do too, I think it would be nice, especially as some of them are franchised and not actually only just run by CEX. I think it would be nice if they had a bit of variation. It'd be nice if they looked a little bit different, but that doesn't matter at all, really. But again, as always, let me know in the comments, what do you think of the CEX stores? But the next thing I want to talk about, and that is the stock. So I have a few sort of not issues, but things I want to say about the stock. So one of them is the inconsistencies. You can go to a CEX and trade in some box Super Nintendo or N64 games, which I have done if I've bought bundles with doubles in and stuff in the past. And you look in the cabinet and you might want to buy some of these games, and you look at the 64 games and they're in terrible condition. And you get to the counter with decent condition games and they don't take them, even though they've got ones in the cabinet that are in worse condition. One of the most annoying times as that happened was in Braintree. I've told this story on camera before, but if you haven't seen the video, I'll tell you. So I took a boxed console in that I wanted to trade in, but it didn't have its original user booklet, which I've bought a lot of consoles from CEX in the past. and haven't come with this instruction booklet. But they took one look at it, opened the box and said, we'll take this in as unboxed price because it hasn't got its instructions. So I just took it home because I didn't want to trade it in for unboxed price. But I then thought, oh, that might be good because they might be fussy about the condition of the stuff they take in. But I then had a look at a couple of GameCube games. One quite expensive one, Lost Kingdoms 2, and also Resident Evil 2 on the GameCube. And the discs were so scratched, I guarantee they wouldn't have played, which was a bit of a shame when I'm trying to trade in stuff that's in perfectly working order and in good condition, literally missing a piece of paper. But then you try and spend a lot of money on one game that's in terrible condition. I'm sure you find that as well, that in CEX there's a lot of inconsistencies, like especially with the boxed retro games, but that is pretty hard stuff to sell. Obviously, collectors are very fussy with the condition, including me as well. But one of the most annoying things about CEX stock is the reprinted covers. Now, I want you to let me know your opinion of reprinted covers in the comments. I absolutely hate reprinted covers. I don't know about you, but it seems just dishonest to me, because if there was an eBay listing for Super Mario Bros. On the DS, and that just had a stock picture, said it comes boxed with the cartridge in its original box, like CEX do, and it turned up at my door as a reprinted cover, I would return that item. But I don't see why CEX and also people that shop at CEX think it's okay just to sell an item that doesn't have its original packaging when it says it should. Like, the case should not be a reprinted cover. In my opinion, if a case is a reprinted cover, it's literally just a loose disc at that point. Some people do mind them, some people don't. I don't like them at all, really. But obviously, a lot of the time, CEX stock is very, very good. You go into a CEX and they've got absolutely thousands and thousands of games to pick from. And when you really think about it, what other shops in the UK have thousands of games? Obviously, there's the odd independent store that has that many, but you have to drive like 100 miles to get to some of these that have thousands of games. How many shops in that many locations have that many games to pick from? And they do have a lot of retro games, but also a lot of modern games as well. So really, whatever you're looking for, CEX have a great selection, which is a good thing. Obviously, we'll talk about pricing a little bit in this video, but discussing CEX pricing is very difficult, as CEX prices are the prices of the games, if you know what I mean. In the UK, CEX have such an influence over how much a game is worth. Like, if you have like Super Mario Bros. On the DS again, say CEX are charging like £18 for that at the minute, which I think they are. If you go over to eBay, I reckon a lot of the copies will either be £18 or more. But say CEX today changed the price of that game to like £12, say, in a few days, a lot of the eBay copies will just absolutely plummet in price. If CEX say a price of the game, then everyone else will follow. So it is hard to discuss CEX prices because their prices are the prices, if you know what I mean. But I do think the CEX prices are pretty good, to be fair. And especially with it being so easy to trade in CEX, it is a good way to buy games on the cheap. And one of the final subjects I want to talk about is trading in CEX. And I think trading in CEX is absolutely brilliant. Like, how many other shops can you think of that you can go on your phone, search up a game, and they will give you an instant cash offer for that game? Obviously, you've got like Music Magpie, Ziffit, places like that, but they will give you terrible offers. And they have to like come and pick it up, and they want like vast quantities. But CEX, you can literally go to a store, trade in a game and know exactly what you're going to get, cash or voucher, which I think is brilliant. There is not many other places that literally give you a cash offer that quickly, and it is also great how you can pick from cash and voucher. Because if you just want the cash to spend on like other things, you can have the cash. But if you just want to put money back into your collection, which is what I do, you can get CEX voucher. And people always are like, oh, CEX give you hardly nothing for games. But if I put up a few screenshots of games around me, obviously there's going to be the odd game they don't give you much for. If they've got like millions in stock, a game that's really hard to sell. But if I put up some screenshots for like Switch games or Xbox 360 games, which they're really looking for, like, they give you really good offers for those games. I think they give you like better offers than most other places. So obviously in this video I've complained about a few things about CEX, but also praised them as well. So in the end, I'm going to say that I think, yes, CEX is a good thing for retro collectors in the UK. And my main reason is, say CEX closed down tomorrow, what would you do with the future of your video game collection? Because if it was me, I would struggle a lot. But again, I want to know your opinions in the comments down below. Let's get some discussions going. Do you think CEX is a good thing for retro game collectors and also modern game collectors in the UK? Obviously, I much prefer independent gaming shops just because they've got so much more personality and like really friendly staff all the time. But CEX is still a very good thing for collectors in the UK, and again, I don't know what collectors would do without them. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, please subscribe to my channel Retrohead, and I'll see you all later. Bye!